Hello guys, welcome to another video, and today we are at BYD and right beside me is the BYD Seal U. It's an all-electric mid-size SUV, apparently competing with one of the best-selling car in the world, that is Tesla Model Y. And in this video we're going to find out all about this car and all the good things that it might be exceeding your expectation and may be able to beat Tesla Model Y at some extent. So without a further ado, let's jump into that. Before moving on to the review, I would really appreciate if you can take a moment and subscribe to this channel. It will help us a lot so we can continue what we love doing. By the way, this is Raj and you're watching Car Copenhagen. Let's go, let's begin. Enough of talking, now it's time to hit the road. As soon as we start driving this car, you feel really premium. That's the first thing you realize, that this is a premium car when you sit inside. Everything you look at, it just tells you it's not a regular car. I really like that. I mean, that's the thing with BYD. In competitive price point, you get access to more premium feeling vehicle. And that's exactly transformed in the driving also. As I'm driving in the straight line road, I can feel that this car is very smooth with proper suspension. I mean, the suspension is really comfortable at first what is appearing now, and so do the braking. The braking has a little bit of hard play to it, but it works. And at the end, you don't have this strong braking feeling. It just brakes smoothly. Now I'm in 80-kilometer road and I'm gonna check the acceleration from 0 to 80, how fast it can go. Are you guys ready? Let's go. Ooh, ooh, fantastic. Oh, that was really good. Not crazy fast, but it's still good enough for the daily driving. And that's the thing with this car. It doesn't do anything crazy or claim any extraordinary performance figure. It is just gonna give you a normal, comfortable ride with the feeling of luxury. Overall visibility is good, although my front pillar are a little bit on the thicker side, but they are not too bad. However, the rear visibility is significantly poor due to this design work. I mean, that's the thing. You have to sacrifice something. If you want a cool looking rear, the visibility will generally be compromised. However, we have 360-degree camera also, and you can see images around the car while driving also. Now I'm taking the car to the motorway and see how good it is in terms of handling and picking up the speed. That's it. I'm in 110 now, and I can say that this car pick up the speed relatively well, although it's not known for its performance, but it's still pick up the speed relatively fast and with smoothness. However, I can feel some wind noise as soon as I start cruising on the motorway. It's okay though, it's not too bad. As soon as you come down to a quieter road, the wind noise also go down. In the city area, in normal speed, this car is generally very quiet and smooth and comfortable. I really like the steering wheel. It's very responsive and it's taking all the instructions from me right away and making it to action. It's really good. One thing also I noticed, the lane keeping assist is also very accurate in this car and activating automatically every time. Now we are taking this car to a twisty road terrain to find out how it's going to perform in the twisty road, especially in the bendy type of road, while having to deal with lots of potholes and speed bumps. I must say, although acceleration could be one of their minus point, but the suspension and the handling of this car, it's really good. If you are looking for a car to drive on a daily basis and you don't have any crazy expectation of a sportiness, this car will really serve you well. I got a speed bump ahead. Let's see. Yes, it's very comfortable, the suspension, and it's got the cushiony feeling at the end, so you never really get the hard press. I'm driving in a narrow road and the road is bendy, and I'm also keeping up the maximum speed allowed on the road, which means I get to test the driving here a little bit. The lane keep assist is really accurate and activating all the time. Even let's go. I'm gonna take a bend now. Yes. Normally you wouldn't drive like this. It's just for a test that if this car is capable of doing a bendy road in more smoother way, and it has passed the test. I must say I'm really happy the way it handled all the bendiness on the road and also the bump. It's more than enough what you're going to need on a daily basis. Although it's a big car, managing roundabout is fairly easy, and also the visibility, it's perfect. This ensure really a smooth ride no matter what the road terrain is. In the bendy road, what I have noticed, this front A pillar is coming in the middle of your eyesight. I guess you get used to with that, but it's not really a great position to have. Though it's a mid-size SUV, but it looks really big in the eye, and when you drive it, you exactly don't feel that. It's really light when you drive it, and so the steering wheel. See, this bump that I have just crossed in a regular car, you will feel that a lot. But this car have managed that very nicely. An excellent job done by the BYD team. I really appreciate it. I want to talk a little bit about the seat. It's really comfortable, and it make you feel so much natural in the car. I mean, you can really take long drive with this car having no back pain and things like that. Really like how this car does the braking. It's really smooth, and at the end you get a comfortable stop. And small roundabout is also no problem with this car. And now one thing is left. I will take this car in small roads and see, even though it's a big car, how it is to maneuver in a narrow lane. And one great point I must appreciate, this driver display. It's really good and with high graphics. It has all the information I need, and including all the safety information there. See, turning this car is not a problem. It's really comfortable. I mean, I think in terms of suspension and handling the bump, this car will be the top of the list. And the interior to look at, I mean, you're not going to look at it much while driving, but it's really impressive. And the build quality you get to see and experience is fantastic. Although this car is relatively new in the European market, the way it's approaching and proceeding forward with this car and the technology and the pricing, I am pretty sure it's gonna claim a bright future for itself. And when I say that, I have no doubt in my mind that this car will stay in the market. It's got the decent acceleration, it really feels premium while sitting inside, the suspension is great, visibility is mostly good, and the technology and safety feature is just impressive. And one thing I must mention is the infotainment system and the level of customization it's offering. I mean, what else do you want in a car? And on top, it's very beautiful to look at inside and outside. Outside may be a little bit subtle for many of you, but inside for sure it's damn good. However, I agree that this car is not as fast as Tesla Model Y or any other electric performance car out there, but it's good enough. It's good enough as a family car, it's good enough as a SUV that you will be using on a daily basis to carry your kids from A to B. I mean, more than that is just not necessary. All in all, it's a complete package with all the details and all the things that you're really gonna need, and in a perfect manner the job is done. I am highly impressed with BYD. I really appreciate the fact that they hasn't taken out all the feeling of a car like a Tesla. You still got your wiper stock, you still got your indicator stock and all the buttons that you want to use while driving, and you got your nice infotainment system packed full of tech and also other features. When I change this to sport mode, I can see the acceleration has gone a little bit faster, and so the steering wheel got a little bit stiffer. So it's definitely got the sporty characteristic that you want to use time to time. However, it's not overly done that you can call it a sports vehicle. Honest, among all the modes, I really like the normal modes. It's just more balanced in every manner and more responsive at the same time. This heads-up display is really good. Even in the daylight, you get to see it properly without any problem. The side windows are really big, doing the job really well, mostly. However, I still feel the need of having a bigger rear windscreen. But I guess if you want the style and look of it, you have to sacrifice something, right? So that's okay. And that's all we have to say. Now let's move on with the review. Right off the bat, you get really stumble upon the fact that how gorgeous this car is. The main headlight unit and the design around it is the main dominating feature on this car. Sharp angle and bold creases are presented most beautifully. Plain front bumper represents clean design and also contribute in aerodynamics of the car. Though the CD value isn't much impressive as regular Seal, yet it's pretty good as SUV. It has 0.32 drag coefficient. Transition from front to the side is pretty impressive with a proper height, while giving the full-size SUV vibe. The wheel arches around the side skirts are trimmed with matte black and silver. This silver detailing is also visible around the window and also at rear diffuser. In addition, I really love the smooth finishing of the bodywork. It just looks awesome in real time. Interestingly enough, throughout this car, there have been clever use of this gloss and matte black and silver trimming. These rear tail lights somehow remind me of the BMW lights, and it suits perfectly with this design. These small diamond-shaped elements also light up at night and give quite a show. Otherwise, the rear is really clean and modern. It's really difficult to pick your favorite design between the front and rear. All in all, I think BYD pretty much nailed the design work and managed to pull out an elegant design without any offense. Now, let's look at the interior. If you like it so far, I am sure you will love it, what I'm going to show you now. At a glimpse, it looks rather interesting, but before digging into that, let's hear the door opening noise. It's rather fantastic and grounded. The door panel is dark gray themed with glossy black panel detailing. Quality and attention to detail is something you notice right away. Soft touch leatherette is everywhere, so the detailed stitching. In addition, the window control panel is in matte silver, looking very stylish. Even in the bottom of the panel, the material and build quality is great. The door bin is designed to be very long and deep and can easily take a large water bottle or so. Thankfully, you get access for the boot opening from here. It just makes things little handy. Then you get welcomed by BYD logo, which is always a fancy. Secondly, the driver's seat is controlled by these electronic switches, but the steering wheel adjustment is still manual. The real gem here is the seats. They are great to look at, comfy and very well put together with utmost detailing. Same for the air vent and indicator stalk. It's well built and quite sturdy at the same time. The center console is very stylish and packed full of practicality. Two wireless charger, crystallized gear knob, and quick access to all these important features really completes the zone. In addition, there is two cup holder and a functional armrest with a pretty deep storage is given. As a nice touch, a hand seatbelt cutter for real emergencies are also given. The glove box is also decent with soft opening. Again and again, you see how they have maintained the style and quality throughout the whole dash. This black panel actually hosts the ambient lighting and really elevate the atmosphere. This soft armrest and green stitching and particularly the silver door opener really catches your attention every time. Steering wheel is also not anything less, with spectacular design and real button which gives proper feedback. Under the center console, you get a small storage with opening on the both side along with two USB port and a 12-volt socket. Even this part is pampered by gloss black trimming. All in all, it's a spectacular show you will get every time in this dash. It's elegant, it's practical, and quite posh at the same time. Let's dive into the main attraction here. That's the mighty infotainment system. It's quite awesome that you can rotate in portrait or landscape mode with a press of a button. This screen is hosting all most used function on the bottom of the screen where all the setting options are on the left side of the screen. It offers immense amount of general settings. I like the fact that it's highly customizable. In addition to that, there are many settings to control your driving safety. It is also very detailed, allowing fine-tuning to your highest preference. It also offers 360 camera showing real-time images. And all other small or large thing you will find it in vehicle setting options. Though it's quite a lot to go through, but once it is set to your preference, it's all ready to give you a smooth ride. In spite of having big window and sunroof, it is quite dark here, and that's because it is coming with a proper curtain to block the sunlight and also serve privacy at some contexts. And with the press of a button, you open the shade. Not only that, it opens all the way. To your surprise, you will find out it opens the front part of the sunroof also, so you get fresh air in the cabin. All in all, it's a nice addition to have and make this car more attractive. Now, let's move into the rear cabin and see the goodness continues there too. Start with the rear door panel. It's the same great quality, soft touch premium built, glossy black trimming, silver detailing, and the green stitching is also identical to the front cabin. The door bin is very decent and deep enough for a big bottle. The flooring is flat as it should. What is impressive though is the seats. They have maintained the same quality here too. It's equipped with ISOFIX and individual headrests. To make it more comfortable, they have added the option to reclining the rear seats. Though it isn't much you can recline here, but it will surely help in longer journeys. Legroom is also ample with room for extending your feet under the driver's seat, and so with the headroom. Even a tall adult would be comfortable here. Back of the front seat there is a seat pocket, though it's not really deep but easily can keep your iPad or phone while charging. There is also two USB ports and an identical air vent for air conditioning the back cabin. Where it all seems to be perfect, there are a few minor picks. Firstly, the armrest is functional, but design-wise it is missing the charm, as if it's not part of this car. Secondly, it doesn't have any through loading, as it could add a lot of practicality to compensate the low storage capacity this car is offering, especially comparing with the rival Tesla Model Y. Anyway, let's get into the boot and find out what it's offering there. First of all, it offers a wide opening like hatchback and has a flat floor with no load lip whatsoever. This contributed on lower boot capacity. While it's okay with practical hooks and tethering points, it offers only 522 liters of cargo space. There is no underfloor storage apart from the emergency kit here. With rear seat folded, it offers 1440 liters of space with a complete flat flooring, which also makes this car a camping friendly car. This parcel shelf is retractable, though it can't take anything heavy on top. Last but not the least, The boot comes with automatic switch. As a little shock, the front is looking like this. If not a proper front with storage, at least some sort of cover would be nice here. Now it's looking like somebody passed the vehicle without finishing the job. Especially it doesn't match with the rest of the car at all. Anyway, let's get to know some spec on this car. This BYD Seal U is coming with two variants of battery sizes. They are 71.8 and 87 kilowatt hour, going up to 500 kilometers WLTP. It offers 11 kilowatt hours of AC charging and up to 150 kilowatt hours of DC charging. And from 10 to 80% of the battery, it takes around 43 minutes. This very car is coming only with front wheel driving system and producing up to 218 brake horsepower, max 330 Newton meters of torque, and the acceleration is claimed at 9.6 seconds from 0 to 100 km. It is almost 408 meters long and 1.9 meter in wide. On the roof, maximum load capacity can be 75 kilo, and on the trailer it can pull up to 1300 kilo. As you can see, it's hitting almost all the boxes with practicality and everything else. Let's hear the final verdict, shall we? All in all, this new BYD Seal U, it's a great package overall. It looks really impressive from outside with a very subtle tone to it, and the interior is excellently modern and plush. When it comes to build quality and material quality, it has done an excellent job throughout the car, no matter where you're looking, no matter where you're sitting. Secondly, the infotainment system has done with more detail orientation. At the same time, it offers you the most customizable options, and that's what makes the user experience really high with this car. However, it lacks significantly in acceleration and also the sporty driving characteristics. And also the storage options is not that great, especially comparing to Tesla Model Y. But if you're okay with all of these flaws, you get a lot for your money. And as this car is here to provide the real value for your money. That's all from me for now. I really hope you really like this video. If so, don't be shy to like and share the channel with your friends. And please remember to subscribe the channel. Until next time, please take care and drive safe.